Hello there, Earth signs. We are going to see what's going on for you for the rest of May. This is part of the All Signs mid-month check-in. So if you are looking for your other placements within your chart, they will be over at Harmonia Friends Community. But the Earth signs get the public view here on YouTube, well, because we're in Taurus season and we're celebrating Taurus right now. So happy birthday out there if you have Taurus in your chart. But let's get started here, Earth signs, and see which archetype here, the Harmonia archetype here, that is embodied in this reading. Now, all of my readings over at Harmonia Friends Community, not all of them, but most of them will be part of this collective here, and you can learn more about the archetypes if you're looking for some deeper dives into self-reflection work. We have a 2 and a 4 here. So we have the mediator coming up here with the 6. And well, the mediator, Earth signs, is an individual here, not only who is about balance, but really understands that the balance comes with truth and harmony, and specifically accountability. We also have some other archetypes here that are supporting this mediator. We have the witness here with the number 2, who is an individual who perceives, evaluates. And we also have the builder here too. And the builder is an individual here who maintains, is the pillar of structure and stability, is the foundational support. So you may find yourself here. And we just did a channel message here for the All Signs mid-month check-in. And this actually goes very nicely with that, is that there's a lot of divide here of where we're at. Are we the individual here who's going through something that could be a chaotic moment, that fiery energy here, like how we see in this moment here with the fiery aspect? Or are we here meant to perceive in that blue area here of listening and being supportive to other individuals? Well, together, there's a balance of both here. And so we're going to see how the embodiment here of the mediator, because there's always two stories, there's always two sides, but it's like, how can we integrate this and make this work together? All right. So the mediator will be here in this corner, will be part of this reading. And like I said, you can learn more about the mediator over at Harmonia. All right. How are my Earth sign spirit showing up right now? No reversals on initial story play. The first row is the row here that will be combined with reversals. Interesting. The 9 of Swords. Well, you are showing up as a little bit on the edge, just a little bit, nervous, fearful. I almost feel a little bit backed up in the corner here, Earth signs. There's something here about your thoughts, your anxiety. Maybe you have some anxiety right now about the future of what's ahead for you. Or maybe you're being thrown a lot of opinions. That could be that too. All right. Let's see what the angels have to say. Man, the 9 of Swords energy of how you're showing up is nervous. There's a nervous Nelly. Anxious. But it's temporary. Whew, good. I like it because it is a 9, and thank you, Spirit, for reminding, hey, remember 9s are the completion of this. So it's not going to last forever, this anxiety here that you're going through for this rest of this month. It says the tension that you feel around a situation is only temporary. Rest assured that the energy will clear. You will be able to continue moving forward. So, this fear that's popping up, and it's going to be different for each individual sign, and we're going to see how that plays out. But there is fear that is coming up that you're being faced with. And it has to do with literally facing a conversation. Could be a person here who voices their opinion. Could be something that you hear. Could be something here that is just thrown at you through projection, like a dream. But it's temporary. And reminder that the tension that you feel around a situation is only temporary. Rest assured the energy will clear and you will be able to continue to move forward. What is the challenge here for my earth signs with this? We're all going to have those moments of fear here. Ooh, the 7 of Wands. Watch your step. You know, the challenge here is I almost feel to defend, to over-explain, take actions here to prove. You may feel very overwhelmed depending if individuals are taking certain moves or something does make you feel uncomfortable. But I feel a little bit like, wow, what is this noise? You know, it's almost like you're going through, trying to get through a path and you're like, this has got all thorns in the way. How am I going to get through this? It's temporary. I feel like it's almost like, you know, they're showing me a picture. Thank you, Spirit. They're showing me a picture of a pathway in the woods and where it's a clear pathway. And then there's bushes that are overgrown here. And you know, you got to go that way, but you also know that it will break free afterwards. So there's just something here that's in the pathway that feels very uncomfortable. And you're not quite sure of how long it's going to be, but you do know there's going to be a breakthrough moment, but it could feel a little bit prickly. What's the breakthrough here? Nine of coins. Woo. Look at all these nines. Okay. Nine of coins, a very stable card, completely different here than that. Now, this isn't temporary. This is something here where you feel that you can remain on your feet, that you can get through this. It is building you here. You're going towards that 10 of coins energy here, which is security, home, safety. The 9 of coins to me is a card here of not just practical moments, but they're good. You know, it's just uncomfortable. And it is going to have a ripple effect here of once you get through this of like, I don't know, I feel like you're going to be breathing a sigh of relief here this month as you get through this. Yeah, a sigh of relief, because it's almost like you're going to be able to go, wow, I can't believe that. It's almost like an achievement. It feels like an achievement of some sort here of growth of, you know, whew, that was just a temporary moment here of fear. That was just a temporary moment of being uncomfortable. All right. We'll see what that is. It's definitely something temporary. Taurus is now up. We're going to start with Taurus first. I'm going to timestamp this so we know where we are. Okay, Taurus. Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Taurus, how is the rest of May looking for you? How you feeling going into the rest of May? We have the King of Swords here, reverse, Libra, Gemini, Aquarius. So you're definitely in your head. This is for Taurus here, who there's a lot of noise here. Outside noise, though. This is something that's outside noise here that is making you feel like you don't have a voice of some sort. It's making you feel very uncomfortable. External reason why for Taurus. We have the 10 of Cups here reverse. Actually, this reminds me a little bit of the card of Judgment. Well, Taurus, the external reason is that there's somebody here within your vicinity who is in your circle who may not approve of how you do things or the way that you run or the way that you create or just the way you are, but it challenges you. I almost feel this energy of biting your tongue, you know, because it's an individual here who's not celebrating your wins and can make you feel smaller. Judgment is what I hear. Integration. Do you see the steps? Do you see how there's falling here from the steps? It's almost like somebody here wants you to come down to their level. And even though you may come down to their level to hear them out, to perceive, thank you, Spirit, that's actually what trips you up. Integration here, Ace of Swords. Yeah. There's that sword again. You're going to have a run-in, if this hasn't happened already, with an individual here who would like to talk to you, communicate with you, but they want you to come down to their level. But it's almost like if you choose to go down to this level, you're going to gain some real quick clarity. Real quick clarity. And what's the clarity here with that Ace of Swords of how you're going to be responding to this, Taurus? Observing the noise, biting your tongue, greater opportunity, death. Ooh, Scorpio. The observation here is you don't have to go down to anybody's level anymore. It's almost like you start to go down, you start to listen, and then you stop. And you're like, I don't have to keep going down to this individual sphere, to their level, to their judgment. I've changed. This isn't necessarily the direction I want to go now. The greater opportunity for you. The Star. Aquarius, forgiveness. Not necessarily forgiveness for this other individual, but, forgiving yourself for situations here where you felt like you had to go down to a specific level here, but also you're also being very vulnerable. And there's this need here to have faith in the moves that you make. And Spirit's encouraging you to really trust the moves. And there's just something here coming up here where you're being seen very vulnerable, very courageous, very well balanced. But the breakthrough doesn't necessarily have to react or to grab this or to prove an individual that they have to understand you. It's just more this level of doing something for you. Advice for you with dealing with this individual. Remember, no reversals. Wow. You got the Star here. Maybe you're going to a store. The Star here twice. You could be dealing with Aquarius here. There's deep emotions that come out of this, but the balance that comes out of this is even bigger. And the balance for you is, what truly makes a relationship work? This doesn't have to be romantic, guys. This could be a friendship. This could be family. But it's this level of being between a rock and a hard place. And at one point, you always were trying to fix a scenario or fix a situation. But what if you're just misrepresented here in this person's eyes? It's not up to you to show this person that it's possible. I just feel like you stop and you pause and you really look and reflect on what the greater opportunity is. The greater opportunity here for you, right? You're looking for relationships that are balanced, that you can work and collaborate together. And by going down to this level, you're realizing that it's actually keeping you from that. So I feel like you're about to hit a connection where someone here may voice or want to talk or reach out to you. And this is you taking a pause here. You may even listen a little bit, but I also see not necessarily over-explaining yourself to this person. All right. That's what I got here for you, Taurus. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Like I said, there's always more messages on the other side, whether it's through the archetype or through your sign itself. You can get more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. You can also book private readings there. We're going to move on to Virgo next. Virgo, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Let's see how the rest of May is going for you. How are you feeling for the rest of May? Here we go. Wow. 10 of Swords here reversed. Well, you're coming out of a situation here where I'm not saying this felt great. I feel this energy here of an ending that has left a big mark on you. But the clarity of it is that it's over. It's left a mark. It really is. They always love to make me do math. You got the 9 of Swords here going to the 10 of Swords here. So, the worst case scenario happened for this Virgo, but they're going through it and it's left a mark. And they also know that there's a new beginning. Externally, what's going on for you? The Wheel of Fortune here, reverse. This was also very bad timing when this happened, because I feel like you were going through a massive high and something happened, whether it was in, beginning of May or if it happened in April. There was a chaotic moment here where it turned your world upside down. And in that chaos here, it's hard to even make sense out of this, okay? And I'm not trying to say, it's not going to fit for everybody, but these are massive changes, whether someone left your life, someone moved on, could even be passed away, could be financial, changes, could be making a huge move. It definitely feels like when this news hit, you felt completely betrayed by it. This is not like a tower moment of just shock. It's betrayal in a sense of I wish I had more time, or I wish I could have had the closure that I desired and wanted. You didn't get closure on this. And externally right now, you're processing that not at the speed that you would like to, which is, why can I just get over this? You're just kind of processing this right now. I almost feel a little bit numb, to be honest. Integration. The Devil. You see the split? It looks like 10. Capricorn energy. It is bringing some toxicity in here, or evaluation here of an individual who may have gotten lost in toxicity, whether it's negative self-talk, whether it is substance abuse, whether it is jealousy, envy. There was a situation that you dealt with that involved incredible narrow-mindedness, and it may have made you feel less than or smaller in a sense of being blindsided. Because I do feel like this Virgo is facing some fears of blindsidedness, or why couldn't I be there, or how did I not see this? How did I not see this coming? Your response here for this month here, the 7 of coins. So you're trying to take care of yourself. You may be even pushing yourself a little bit more in the realm of the more practical things in life, meaning your home, your finances, your family, your friendships. There's just something here where it's easier to get lost in the more mundane things, to just keep yourself in and it's almost like you're afraid to process this. And so I see you keeping busy. What is the greater opportunity of this? You need to release some emotions here. I can tell, I can feel it right off the bat here. The release here. Yeah, the 8 of Swords here reverse. It's time to pull off. You got to feel. You got to feel. I feel like I couldn't say something. I feel like I had words to state and I didn't get the last words to state, but you can still express. Spirit's saying there's a greater opportunity here for expression for you, whether that is writing in a journal, whether that is talking to yourself out loud, or an individual here who you need to cut a cord with energetically. And if you don't know what that is, you can most certainly look that up. But there's just something here where I feel expression here of not communicating emotions and feelings, and then wanting to bottle it up and not release it. You know, I don't want to say that you're in denial, but you're trying to remain stable when it doesn't feel very stable. It doesn't. No. 8 of Wands energy here. Notice how there's no cups. Across the seas, across the plane here of emotion. This is also a card here of expression, of taking actions here. The greater opportunity here is not to bypass the emotions here and the feelings that are coming up. And I do feel like they're deep feelings. Advice here for Virgo who may be going through this. Wow, 5 of Swords. It's hard because the 5 of Swords, nobody wins. You know, someone here who may be proving a point, someone here who's forced to walk away, but there's pride here, there's ego, there's anger, there's things not processed, things not said, but it's like, I can't keep fighting this. I can't keep having the same conversation. No, it's all about balance. Not everyone's going to understand your ways of thinking, but there's also a need here for, we got balance here twice here. Okay. We have the 6 of Pentacles and we also have the mediator here with the number 6. And it's an equal give and take here, but there's something here that was not balanced, and a situation that they could not see a true gift in that sense. Oh my gosh. And I said, what is this true gift here? And it's heartbreak. It's loss. This Virgo here is going through some grief, and it's going to take some time here to heal. It just simply is. But I want to point out to you that the 3 of Swords is temporary energy. It's allowing your heart space here to expand. You are allowed to be sad about this, and you don't have to be the strong one to just, say you're okay or I'm fine. Spirit's encouraging you to be with individuals here who can support you during this and be there for you. Open up to your loved ones and your family members, especially if something here makes you feel less than right now. All right. Sending you so much love, Virgo, if you're dealing with this. Like I said, if this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. You can look up from the collective of your sign or the mediator as well. You can also book private readings there. Let's move on to Capricorn. Capricorn is up next. Capricorn. Sun, moon, rising, or Venus. Capricorn, how you feeling for the rest of May? We have the King of Wands here reversed. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. There is, I feel anger, annoyance, irritable, rushing, proving. Burnt out. External reason why. Oh, we have Judgment here, reverse. There's that proving energy. This is for a Capricorn who is going through a massive challenge right now with a person's opinion. I think that this opinion here, it's this need to be right. It's just this energy here of the need to be right, the need to be understood, the need to prove. integration of this. The 9 of Cups here reversed. Now, you got a lot of 9s here. You have the 9 of Swords, the 9 of Pentacles, and the 9 of Cups here reverse. The 9 of Cups reverse is usually a card here of gluttony, envy, mine. It could also be a card here of deep emotions and escapism, because of a desire of wanting something so bad. But this is for a Capricorn who really desires and wants something very badly. And this is not to judge you, because we all go through these moments. Okay. So this may trigger you a little bit, but I'm here to help, not to, to identify the emotions here that come up. So if you're strong enough to listen to this, then do so. If you're not ready, then just click away, and it's okay. All right. But Capricorn, I almost said Virgo. Capricorn, you're going through an energy here being misjudged. And this misjudgment also wants you to prove your point and prove that it's possible. Your reaction to this? Oh, we have the World. There is actually an immense amount of options for you. But there's also this response here of, I can prove that it's possible for me to have a new beginning and that I can have it all. So this could be an energy of somebody here who sets you off, to prove that that everything's going to be great for you, or, I can have it all. This especially might resonate for a Capricorn who's going through a massive breakup, or somebody here who made them feel less than. And you may be using it to make an individual here feel like, holy shit, what did I just lose? Okay. Whether this is work, whether this is friendships, it's just this energy here of, I'm going to prove to you that I'm over this, and I'm going to make something better. I'm going to prove to you that coal can become a diamond. And so you use this energy here to break through something here this month. But what is the greater opportunity here? We have the King of Coins here reversed. Oh. Very materialistic. An individual here who is showy, a show off. Now, this isn't you, but you know that somebody here is watching you. And so maybe you're amplifying here something to prove a point. Let them feel jealous. Let them feel envious. It's that energy of wanting it. But it's almost like a greater shift here is possibly happening for you. And let's see what the greater opportunity is, because I can get it. I can get that this Capricorn may be going through a revenge period of revenge mode, but I feel like it's going to be shifting here. Like, you're doing these changes, you're making changes, you're seeing the results, but you start shifting it towards you versus towards what another individual here is doing or behaving or how they're reacting. Because originally that's the energy of what this was becoming is how you're reacting to this. I got to be careful with this card art. So I'm going to just do this. Greater opportunity here for Capricorn. Oh, we have the 8 of Coins. I feel like this is temporary. This month here, you may be doing things to just catch a reaction here of another individual who may have done you dirty, or again, proving, but it's going to change, because you're going to find that in this building that you're doing, and you are building with the 8 of Coins, that you become more focused on the task itself and not so much on how an individual is watching you. And so I do feel that there's a shift here this month of wanting and seeking somebody here to see you, validate you, or just to prove that you're happy or moving on. But also the shift here of like, hey, I'm actually seeing results for me. All right. So again, this tension that you feel around a situation is only temporary. Rest assured, this energy will clear and you will be able to continue moving forward. It's almost this energy of moving forward here for you and not to prove to somebody else how it's possible. Advice for you with dealing with the situation here. Look at this. We got the Eight of Pentacles here reversed. I mean, the Eight of Pentacles is coming up again. It's not reversed. But, you know, eight's all about abundance. It's about your time and effort. Just be careful you don't get burnout. You know, do this, whatever you're working on. It is something here where it does take great labor. Some of you, this is your body, your health. Some of you, this is your money, your finances, you know, investing wisely. But also you're processing a lot when it comes to relationships too this month. So even though that you are working on your stability, you also have a soul tie with an individual here, which has led you to get in this aggressive mode here of I can do it. All right. So yes, this relationship was needed. It happened for a reason, but with a temperance energy here, this is all about balance, and temperance lives a lot in the mediator. I feel that, you know, spirit is saying to you, you know, everything has its season and a reason. 6, 7, 8. I feel you're emotionally leaving a situation that no longer serves you. And as you do so, you're trusting your intuition of what direction it needs to go into. And that's building upon what your foundation is, your security. And kind of just be careful you don't get lost in that to the point of why you're doing it. All right. That's what I got here for you, Capricorn. If this resonated, go ahead and hit like, comment below. Don't forget, there's always more messages over at Harmonia Friends Community. We're going to move on to the air signs. If you're looking for your other placements, this is part of the All Signs mid-month. We'll happily see you there. But if not, this is where we part ways. You guys take care.